single day. I know what a challenge that is. I just went through a 7-day challenge with Jason and Jody, who's joining us this morning as well. And in the 7 days, there was 14 practices. And with about 8 of them, I met them with the joy I could muster, with the energy I could muster. For 2 of them, I pretty much laid there in child's pose or shavasana. One of them I pretty much cried through. But through the end of it all, I ended up finding the lift that I was looking for through the program. And again and again and again, I am reminded of the power of the science of yoga. There are so many different branches of yoga and types of yoga, and each yoga teacher brings their own unique spin to it. I am very drawn to the healing aspect of yoga, to the healing aspect of the pranayama, of the meditation, of the mantra, of the mudra. I want to know how it's working. I want to know why it's working. I want to know why when I connect my fingers this way, I'm talking to this part of my brain. I want to know how they know that. And so I do. I spend quite a bit of my time researching how the brain works, how the body reacts to stimuli, and then through trial and error in my own life, I find what works. And then I offer it in a way that helps you to find what works as well. And May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And Mental Health Awareness Month is such an interesting way to put it. Often when we bring a month to something, it's because it's around all of the time. But mental health is something that we all, even the most mentally stable person, they have to work on it. You have to find the time to breathe, the time to move, the time to work through your feelings. This 6 weeks at home, we've been through a lot. Things have changed, things have not changed, things have flown by, things have crawled by. We've been happy, we've been sad, we've been joyous, we've been crying, and sometimes all in the same 5 minutes. And we still don't know. We still don't know. So what do? We come to what we can control. Our breath, our movement. If the thoughts are chaotic, scattered, hating, you calm them. And so we're going to start today in what I call an emergency pose. Now, it's also a very comfortable pose, but it's an emergency pose. What do you do if you can't get out of bed in the morning? What do you do if your body feels so completely heavy and your mood feels so completely heavy that you don't want to move at all, that you just want to hit the snooze button time after time, and then you're getting more and more mad at yourself because you're not getting up, you're not moving, you're falling behind. So what do you do? And so instead of just laying there passive, you lay there in a purposeful position to bring openness into your day, to bring lift into your day. I'm going to use the blanket underneath me because I would, if I was in bed, I would bring a pillow underneath or my trusty backboard, as I said. And I'm going to open physically into my heart, especially when I can't do it mentally, when I can't do it emotionally. I put myself into a physical position to do so. And so you open your heart, and then you open your knees out, which starts to bring energy up into the hips and up into the spine and up into the belly. And you can hit snooze after this. This is the beauty of this pose. You can fall back to sleep, hit the snooze button, and then your body rests in this very open position. Arms can rest at your sides or on your belly, on your heart. This is meant to be completely comfortable and supportive.
but a place where you're finding a physical stretch, a physical opening into the sternum, the front of the ribs, the front of the belly. And then you just soften in here and allow the body to recognize that you're willing to open, that you're willing to soften some of those barriers that we have in the heart area. And legitimately, for the signs of oppose to take effect, you should just lie here for at least 2 minutes, softening as you can. And then ways to boost this. If this is all you can do, this is the emergency pose. I cannot move today. I cannot get out of bed, but I have to. This is where you come to. Now, as you start to feel better, you bring awareness to the breathing. Because once you do that, once you start to even notice how the breath is coming in and out of the body, you start to quiet the rest of those crazy, manic, anxious, scared, whatever your adjective is today. Even if it's just simple stress, you start to calm that down, simply noticing your breath. So that's what we'll do. We'll bring our body to this position for 2 minutes, and you'll notice your breath, just bringing a fullness of awareness, a fullness into the breath itself, and noticing where you're opening into the physical body. As you're noticing your body, as you're noticing your breath, the next step to that science of opening through the heart, of clearing out through the energy, is intention. So where do your thoughts go as you lie here? And can you guide them gently toward love? Can you guide them gently toward this place of perhaps gratitude or joy or a remembered favorite moment? Even that kind of thought can start to spark real happiness in the moment. So noticing body, noticing breath, and guiding thoughts toward love. You can send it to yourself. You can send it to a friend or loved one who needs a little oomph today. You can send it generally to the universe, or you can just simply let it collect. Allow your loving heart to feel love. Let it collect there. Let your knees start to close. And gently roll off of your support if you're using one for your heart open position. Bring the spine to neutral on the earth. And we're going to move up and over. I want you to take 2 breaths in downward dog, just to stretch the legs. And then I want you to soften into child's pose. Try to keep your eyes closed or down. There's a science of that too, this softening of the eyes, which allows the world to become smaller. But if eyes closed does not work for you or causes any kind of reaction, you simply open them and look at something neutral. So take just 2 breaths in dog pose as you get there. Find some space. And then soften into a child's pose. Ideally, you can bring your blanket in. This is a nice way to open into the spine and into the heart a little bit, offering this supported roundedness. And if it's comfortable for you, I want arms to go forward with palms up, but that is not right for everyone's shoulders. So if it's not, you'll reach arms back with palms up, and then you'll soften into your favorite position of child's pose. And we go from the science of this wide open lift of the body, of the physical body, into this softening place. Feeling the stretch of the spine and remembering that the human body radiates out in 360 degrees. Not just our projection forward into the world, but we have that whole back body, side body, that complete radius that encompasses us throughout our life. And so breathe here into the back of your body, the back of your heart space, into the sides, and expand there, just as we did as our first heart opener. Staying with the breath, if that's what's easy for you. Bringing thoughts back to gratitude, to love, even just simple gratitude for this hour that you had on a Sunday morning to stretch. Gratitude for the people in the room with us. Gratitude for the room, the house that we're in. Gratitude for these interesting times that we're living in. Lift gently up into tabletop position. Blanket can comfort the knees if you'd like, and we'll move into 10 rounds of a very intuitive and slow cat-cow. Just begin to move with your breath as you're ready. Inhale, the heart opens as the belly drops down, and really imagine yourself here as that 360 degrees of awesome human radiating out. This is an easy one to get that imagery in as you move here. It's a very circular stretch is cat-cow. Imagine that you're healing here with the breath, with the movement, with your intention. Take 2 more slow rounds. And then back to tabletop.
Finding our way to puppy pose. Puppy pose offers this lengthening of spine and this opening of the heart. Yoga is one of those things that as you bring more and more intention into your practice, it starts to seep into your life. And one of the things that I notice as I move through my journey as a yoga student, that the more intention that I bring when I'm on my mat, the more my whole life becomes a yoga practice where I'm always looking for a way to bring gratitude, to bring love, to lift vibrations. Very special happy birthday to Bridget Wells, who taught me how to raise vibrations in my life. That had nothing to do with anything except I thought of her and sending love. Okay, so puppy pose. You start off in a very long tabletop so that you can start to get the rotation of the shoulders. And it's never that you're trying to bring your forehead down to the earth, although sometimes that's right where we end up, just in this nice long position for the body as we start to feel the flexibility of the spine open up. But as you do, you'll start to melt your heart down toward the earth. The hips stay over the knees, the sacrum pressing wide as you lift the tailbone up, and forehead, chin, or cheek can come to the earth. Bring your awareness to the position of your body, or bring your awareness to the deepness of your breath, or bring your awareness to your intention here. We call this puppy pose because it's it's a cute and fun name for this position. But Sanskrit of it is Anahata Asana. It literally translates into the heart melting, the heart opening, the heart offering pose, the heart chakra pose. There's so many little translations how you want to perceive it, little definitions. So offer your heart here. There's a branch of yoga called karmic yoga, karma yoga. What goes around comes around. When you send out love, love comes back to you. When you send out love, love comes back to you. If it doesn't come back to you, it will. Keep sending it out. Where can you thaw? Where can you open? Where can you offer? Slowly lift up. Move the blanket out from underneath you and stretch into dog pose. Take a few breaths and then we'll move into ragdoll. Just stretch the legs and arms for a few breaths here in downward facing dog. Eyes open and passive or closed, and keeping the feeling internal, whatever you choose. Relax your jaw, move your body. And feet as wide as the mat. Walk back into a very gentle ragdoll. You can keep the arms reaching forward to encourage the lengthening in the spine, knees bent,
So gradually work your way into a forward fold here. Find a half lift, and then even beyond that, find the hands pressing into the femurs, and then bend into one knee at a time as you press the femurs back. Such a weird thing to say, but this is another one of those tools that I use 900 times a day to bring that space back into my spine. I was very, very still for about a dozen years of my life, and I continually find more space to open up from. Press into your feet and reach your arms up. Left hand comes down to your side, feet comfortable, and just roll open and closed into the shoulder as you bring the arm slowly down. Just noticing if you can release any tension there in the shoulder joint, the shoulder attachments. And same side, just open and close the palm. Feel the rotation in the shoulder. Bring the arm up, noticing hindrances or range of motion. And make your way down again. You might notice a little heat already coming in. It's funny what will happen when you really activate into the joints and muscles, even in this small way. Right arm rests, left arm reaches up. Let's start reaching up, and then start the rotation. Very slow descent, mindful of your breath, mindful of your spine. And as you open into shoulder restrictions, you're also opening into that physical heart line, because we're 360 degrees of awesome. So our heart expands out through our shoulders, through our arms, and into the palms of our hands, into our fingertips. Left hand to your side, and then roll into the wrists. And go both ways. Make a gentle fist and go into those wrist stretches again. Notice how it changes. Soften your legs. Make sure you're not too harsh in your stance. And then bring your arms to your sides here. Elbows are hugging in, palms facing up, little bend to the knees. Tuck your tailbone down toward the earth. Lift the crown of the head up toward the sky. Eyes open and looking down or closed and really internal. We're going to move here with our breath for about a minute. And we're just going to breathe slowly as our hands come and tap our shoulders. Perhaps engaging into ujjayi breathing here, expanding into the belly, listening to the sound of that inhale and exhale through the nose. One of the yogas that I practice often is Kundalini, and Kundalini yoga absolutely works with the energetics of the body, and this is one of those things. You're wafting away the old and you're allowing room for the new in a very physical, scientific way. We are energy bodies. It's just science. And so bringing this awareness here at the heart center, into the shoulders, into the arms, into the breathing. You're just activating the body's ability to love, to heal, to regenerate, and to grow younger, happier,
stronger. All of that in this very simple movement. Take 2 more slow breaths. And come to pause, palms facing up, elbows hugging in. Turn your palms toward each other. And then the left hand comes to your heart, right hand comes on top. Tuck your chin to your chest and just stand here in a quiet Tadasana pose. Feel your heart beating. Listen to the sound of your breath. And allow a little self-healing here. Hands come down. Step to the top of your mat. We're going to move through one Surya Namaskar 8 and then come to stand again in another heart opening exercise. So feet hip distance or big toes touching. Find your longest spine available. Really just go inward to the bones and see how they're stacking up. Find this lift, this stretch. Shoulder blades back and down. Listening to the breath as you inhale, press down, reach up and look up. Palms can press together. Exhale, keep your hands pressing together, pour forward, knees can bend. Hands to your shins, half lift. Bend the knees, step back, plank pose. Inhale, plank pose. And slowly exhale down to the earth. Lift your heart, feel the stretch, feel the openness. 5 breaths, downward facing dog or child's pose or puppy pose. Slow, deep inhale. Slow exhale. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow and equal with your breaths. There's never a rush. Next inhale, knees bend, look forward. Step up, hop up, find your fold. Half lift. Fold in. Press through the feet, reach through the hands, palms come together. Hold that energy to your heart. Exhale. Feet come back to about hip distance, maybe even a little wider. Hands come back, or elbows come back to your sides, but this time hands go out, a little bit of jazz hands here. And we're going to move into the side body with a little bit of fun. It's just like this. Inhaling and exhaling. Jazz hands encouraged. Woo! No, you don't have to. Maybe you do. Finding joy in life, finding joy in this movement. You're here, you're on your mat. Let's heal. Have this feeling that those hands are radiating out and that you're just clearing into your heart energy. Never ever try to keep up with the teacher. If I'm going too fast for you, you slow down. That's one of those things you want to hold onto control of the breath. You want to hold on to the feeling of the body moving, and if you're able to, you hold on to that intention of just dancing, that heart space open. Meet yourself where you're at. It's all okay. Take a few more little hip dips here. Open the heart, open the hips. Come to center. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart, left hand, then right hand. Chin tucks in, shoulders soften, feel your heart beating. Soften your legs. Our heart is the battery that keeps our body running, and yoga and breathing and connecting to nature, connecting to community, connecting to love. That's how we recharge the battery that keeps us moving. Step to the top of your mat, Tadasana pose. Inhale, reach through the arms, press the palms together. Knees can bend as you fold in. Keep your heart or your palms pressing together until you are in your fold. Lift your heart, half lift. Step back, plank pose. Take a breath here as you lengthen out. As you exhale, slowly lower to the earth. Inhale, lift the heart, grateful for this day. And press back, 5 slow breaths, dog pose, puppy pose, child's pose. Inhale slowly. Exhale fully. Guide your awareness to gratitude for the people that you get out of bed for, who helps you find the courage on those days where you might not have it yourself. Inhale, knees bent, look forward. Exhale, step up, hop up, find your fold. Half lift. Fold in. Press through the feet, reach through the arms. Hands to your heart, feet come hip distance. And bringing, instead of elbows hugging in, we're going to take the next 2 with elbows pressing away, still wide through the palms. This absolute feeling that you're opening through the heart line all the way through. And we're going to take 2 more of these with arms at shoulders. So if they become tired, you'll bring hands to your hips. From here, we're going to fold forward and lift up a little bit into a back bend. So let's start with the back bend. But first, press into your feet and lift up through the toes so you feel very secure underneath you. And then inhale as you lift up the heart, open through the palms, open through the elbows. Exhale, slowly fold in just halfway. Inhale, press through the feet, lift through the heart, lift through the hands. Exhale, halfway. We're going to move here for a minute in this exercise to open you through the heart. And you focus here on what works for you, the positioning of your body, the feel of the stretch in the arms, the strength in your legs, the length of your spine. Can you hear your breath? Control it and let it guide you. Can you open through your heart? Let go of the junk, Let go of the hurt. Let go of the sorrow. Just clear space for that unlimited healing potential. Hold yourself steady here. Keep going. Three more. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, Tadasana pose. Left hand first, then right. Soften into a Tadasana pose. Feel your heart. What's your heart saying to you in this moment? Lift your feet. Step to the top of your mat. Tadasana pose. Strong and steady. As you inhale, press through your feet. Reach through the arms, palms press. Hands stay pressing together as you fold forward. Heart lifts, half lift. Step back, plank pose, and find an extra breath. Inhale. Slowly lower, exhale. Heart lifts. Downward facing dog, puppy pose, or child's pose. 5 slow breaths. As you inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step up, find your fold. Half lift, hard lifts. Fold in. Press through the feet, reach through your arms. Hands to your heart. Wide-legged stance, arms out. Do that gratitude arm, 90 degrees, palms wide, fingers stretched. Twisting, 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 pressing into your feet, lift through your heart. Let's move with the breath for this one. Inhale, center. Twist from your ankles all the way up to your ears, to the right, exhale. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist left. And go with your breath. The quicker you go, well, I don't know, maybe the more fun it is, the more wind you create, that's for sure. The slower you go, perhaps you are able to be more aware of your movements. There's no rule. What feels best to you here? Inhaling, center. Exhale, twist. Remember my little lesson from before when I said being through that intensive yoga program that I was. 14 classes in 7 days. More than half of them, I had that Susie joy, I had the enthusiasm, had the commitment because I know the science works. And then the science worked and I was huddled in a heap on my mat, but I showed up because I've trained myself to show up, because I've learned to open my heart and listen to it. Take a few more rounds. What is your heart saying to you? Find some joy. Inhale, stretch your arms out, make yourself into this wide star. Look up. Feet come together, left hand to your heart. Exhale, hug in. Face lifts. Step to the top of your mat. Press down. Inhale, reach up, look up, lift up, palms touch. Hold the hand or keep the hands together as you fold forward, knees can bend. Half lift. Step back, plank pose. Inhale, plank. Exhale, slowly lower to the earth. Keep the hips pressing in, shoulders to come back. Inhale, find the cobra. Exhale, lower down, stay low. 4 more. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale. And exhale. Last 2. Lift your heart. Press back, child's pose. Soften your arms. Palms can face up if that's comfortable for you. Just bringing that body into a place of openness, place of receiving. Gently lift up. 10 rounds. Cat-cow. If you'd like, you can bring the blanket under the knees. Again, if wrists are tired, you can come to forearms and find your stretch there. Reach the palms a little forward to really find length in the spine. Nice and slow here. Inhale, belly drops, tailbone extends up, heart opens, throat opens. Exhale, slowly press the ground away and come back to that 360-degree feeling of heart opening energy. Eyes open or closed, your choice, just creating this
feeling of space and safety and trust in the body. What is your heart saying to you right now? Two more. Make your way back to a tabletop position on your next inhale, and we'll soften into Anahata Asana again, offering our hearts to the earth, but remembering that whatever you're offering forward, you're also offering all around you. Clear the space, melt your heart, come back to what works for you, the position of your body. The sound, the feel, the fullness of your breath. Quiet intention in your heart to open, to heal, and to offer that healing to where it's needed. Back up. We'll come down to our backs, quietly adding any layers that you might have taken off for physical practice, now coming down to that resting position with the back pressing in, and the knees will hug into the chest. And this is another one of those very scientific positions of safety for the body. This is one of the places that I come to help to manage depression and anxiety. It's one of these poses that works for both, because as you're pressing yourself into the earth, you're creating this groundedness for the body and creating this steadiness, which allows the anxiety to start to calm. This is always a process, always layer upon layer. But then it's also a lifted position for the body, and the legs hugging in offers this hug. It offers almost a physical hug to the body, so you have that steadiness underneath you. You have that open, calming hug above you. And then you can start to notice the shape of your body, or you can start to notice the sound of your breath. You can start to bring yourself to this place of reminding that you're okay, that you've got this, and that you're safe. Arms out to your sides, keep your knees hugging in. If you don't want a very deep twist, you will bring your feet to the earth. If you keep the knees hugging in, the twist will become just a little deeper. And then let your knees fall over to the left. Turn and look over the right shoulder. Flip the right palm up. And bring your left hand to your heart. So legs are left, face is right. Right palm up and left hand
Resting there gently on your sternum. Breathe deeply, expand the belly, and pull that air into your lungs, into the ribs, into the shoulders. And come back through center. Both arms reach out. Knees drop to the right, face goes to the left. Once you have your leg position, your neck position, left palm flips up, right hand comes to rest at the heart. Notice the position of your body. Notice the sound of your breath. Gently return to that very rewarding work of opening your heart, offering your heart, and expanding. Back to center. Hug your knees to your chest one more time. Grounding pose. Soles of the feet return to the earth. And coming into a softer version here of our first position. Soles of the feet will come together. This time I'm going to use my blanket under my head as a little pillow instead of trying to bring the back into another lifted spine. I'm going to offer this for Shavasana today. I'll also let you know when you can straighten your legs out if you'd like. If you have yoga blocks or some pillows that you can bring under your knees, that's so nice so that you don't overstretch. And then you'll quiet in here, one hand to the belly and one hand to the heart, whatever feels most natural to you. There's no real rule to which hand goes where. Bound angle pose. This place of absolute openness. The hips opening, the spine opening, the breath opening. Relax your jaw, relax your eyes. As your face softens, feel the whole rest of the body come into this place of rest. And just stay with the breath here, imagining that each inhale is bringing love toward you. It's bringing love into you through the air, through the breath, that great mystery of bringing the outside universe into our body.
and it fuels us. It fuels us in this moment and then into the next. And then we can release out love into the universe to wherever it's needed. And then this reciprocal thing starts to happen where when you send out love, it comes back to you. When you send out love, it comes back to you. And expanding here into your own heart just allows you to give that love, that help, that care, that joy everywhere. So that when you need it, it comes back to you. Sit here in this physical position, offering your heart a chance to heal. If your legs would like to stretch all the way out for Shavasana now, please feel free to do so. But stay quiet here in this resting pose. If arms want to come to your side, the palms will press upward. Just keeping that feeling of openness, that love in the body. Gently deepen your breath. Inhaling, feeling love come toward you. Exhaling, sending that love out where it's needed. This is one of those things that I was mentioning before. The more intention you bring to your practice, the more you take it off of your mat. You can use this simple practice anytime throughout your day. You inhale and feel love come toward you. And you exhale and send that love back out into the universe wherever it's needed. If these are still apart, bring them back together. We'll roll to one side and gently sit up.
coming to a comfortable position where you bring your hands together and rub the palms. Day 30. As you inhale, reach the arms up, spread wide through the fingers. May the path ahead be illuminated. May all obstacles be removed. And may we uplift and elevate all those we come in contact with. Exhale and bring your hands to your heart. Feel that love. The words of my teacher, Kia Miller, the words that I live by. May we uplift and elevate all those we come in contact with. This is the absolute secret of my mental health. I do it for everybody else because it's too hard to do it for myself. And then, oh, look at that. I'm doing it for myself too. Let's end class with the sound of 3 ohms. Inhale, feel love come toward you. Exhale and send it back out. Thank you for taking the time to take care of yourselves today. Namaste. This class literally just became my favorite class I've ever taught in my entire life, and I really do invite you, once it's up on YouTube, share it with anyone who might need a little bit of scientific heart healing.